All right, it's 135 The Beat, Miami. Stood up one for hip hop, R&B, and the Breakfast Club. Very special guests represent my hometown of Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah.
Maino's here.
Yes.
Maino, could I just out the gate? Like you have this way of just always keeping yourself relevant. I love it. Like it's so New York, but I love it, man.
Gotta keep pushing. Gotta find. You gotta navigate.
I know, and I just think it's just so cool because, like, you would have people who got all kind of things going on and they still not as relevant as you.
I try. I mean, listen, I'm trying. You know, it's hard because you know how the game is set up. It's like the average artist career is like what 5 years.
Yeah, shelf life.
It's rough though. You know, I've been at some low points. You know, but then. You know, I always try to, just keep fighting a good fight.
And maneuvering through. I love it, man.
You have to.
I want to ask you a little off topic. We'll definitely get to your music and stuff like that. But did you get a chance to see the I forgot the title of it, but the story about the Central Park Five?
Of course.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that as a New Yorker. How did you feel about that?
Well, it touched home for me really deeply because I know what it felt to be a juvenile in trouble, like, at-risk youth.
Right.
I was getting in trouble, at that age, 14, 15. I know what it felt like to be.
You did a dime, right?
Yeah, but I did a dime a little later on.
Right, okay.
I'm talking about when you juvenile, right?
Okay, got you.
When you going back in Sparfit and all that,
yeah.
right? So I know what it felt like to be in the system, you understand? And it seemed like to me, most of them kids was good kids when that happened.
Yeah.
And, I had already been groomed to be a criminal early on, so when I was in those rooms getting handcuffed and shooken down and slapped around and, and asked about things, I was already taught not to don't speak.
Right, right.
But it just goes to show us the injustice, in our city and just in the country in general, because the time is set up for us to like you putting 15, 16-year-olds in jail and you're giving them all that time and you forcing us to be men before we can even be in it, I went to prison. I ain't even had no facial hairs. I ain't have hair on my chest. Like you going through puberty in prison and you growing up in there. Like it's people don't understand what that does to you. You know?
It's crazy. All right, let's do a live break and then come right back. All right, gang, Papa keeping this thing. Special guest today popped in, and I love it. Maino is here.
Hey.
What's good, my brother?
What's up, my guy? How you been?
Can't complain, man. Good to have you in the studio.
No, it's a blessing.
We're going to chop it up about your new joint. You got a new single called All Again.
That's right.
With Macy Gray, and you're doing some big things, I know.
Yeah, man, I'm trying.
I know once you maneuver it and you make it to the bottom in Florida, big things are coming.
Definitely.
All right, so listen, join us right now on the Instagram Live at Papa_Keith and, of course, Facebook. We here for you, too. Join us right now, chopping it up with the legend out of New York City, Brooklyn. Maino is here, 103.5 The Beat, Miami's new #1 for hip-hop, R&B, and the Breakfast Club. Coming up next, Afro B with Joanna.
Oh, you got this down pat, bro. You got this like you flowing.
I've been doing it for a minute, man. I think we got about the same amount of time in the game. So as I talked about, thank you for talking about that. I figured you'd have a dope perspective.
It's real. Like I had posted something about that because it just struck me. I watched the whole thing and cried the whole thing because it was just touching, and I know what that feels like. I know that hurt you feel like, when you're that young, like when you 15 and your mother's coming to see you, and it's just like she don't want to see you there. It hurts. You trying to be strong for her. Like, nah, mommy, I got it. It's something about that, and a lot of people not talking about children incarcerated. That's because you're a child at that age, and I got a 16-year-old right now, and I would lose my mind if he was on that type of time. Right.
Well, thank you very much, man. That was so valuable. The new single, All Again, Macy Gray. How did that happen?
With Macy, getting on it. I did the record, and I played it for my man Blue Williams. I did the record with Heatmakers. I played it for my man Blue Williams, and he was like, "Man, Macy would sound dope on that."
Just like that.
He used to manage her, so he was like, "I'm gonna holler at her." And I was like, "Man, she don't even do records with rappers, man." He was like, "Nah, I'm gonna talk to her." And, you know, she heard it, she liked it, she did it, and it was a wrap ever since. And we just did the video in LA a few weeks ago. We dropping it on Wednesday. You know,
congratulations on that. I mean, I think people forget how legendary Macy is. You know what I mean? I know she's done some movies, took some time off, went crazy with the anthem one time, but you know what I mean? At the end of the day, she's still like...
she's still who she is, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. So, All Again, what does All Again mean to Maino?
Facing adversity, facing obstacles, getting knocked down, you know, getting back up. You know, life throws us, you know, these curveballs, and we trying to navigate through them. You know, when I wrote the song, I felt like maybe I was in a low place, and you know, I was at a place where I felt like I needed to, you know, push myself, because we all dealing with something. You know, my biggest song is All the Above, and that resonated. That resonated with people. Where, you know, so many people came up to me and told me, yo, you know, my mother was fighting cancer. I was trying to, you know, go through school, and I was at a low point, and that helped me. And you know, and I feel like there's room in the game for songs that are realistic.
Last couple of years, like Florida artists are definitely doing their thing and getting to shine. But, you know, with that being said, the state of New York, you know, and hip hop.
New York, we went through a lot of, I feel like, identity crisis.
Yeah.
For a long time, but we always have a knack to push out dope artists, though. You know, in the last couple of years, we had a lot of artists that went national. You know, had national records. You know, we had you know, Bobby came through. You know, you had you know, A
Boogie,
a Boogie, you know, Cardi, superstar right now. You understand?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we always, we always, you know, have a knack to push out artists. I don't think we have a particular sound no more, and I don't think I don't know if, you know, radio really nurtures the homegrown artists the way they used to anymore. You understand?
Yeah, it's a different ball game right now.
Definitely.
You know, it's a completely different ball game. With you having served so much time in the industry and stuff like that, are you in a place where you believe maybe that's or maybe currently doing it, nurturing new artists and stuff like that?
Definitely. I always did. You know, but it's about having the right platform to get them to where they, you know, want to go. A couple artists came through me. I had there was an artist that I was that I had helped, and I was very key in getting them started. And that was this artist called 2 Milli. He had the Milli Rock.
Oh yeah.
I was very integral in that. They had came to me. The record was, you know, it wasn't out yet. It was out, but it wasn't all the way gone. So the video had a lot of views on it, but it wasn't a good video. So we had remixed it, we had shot it, I serviced it, I got it on, you know, on the platforms, and, you know, to help them get it going. And the record, you know, was a hit.
No association to what you just said, but do you feel like the new millennium artists they have a kind of a ungrateful kind of attitude towards them?
Yeah, to some degree, because I mean, you know, I don't. It's hard to blame them, because it's like they don't have to go through the steps no more. Like, you literally could be in your grandmother's basement with the inbox and Pro Tools and make something catchy and do something on
Birth of Soulja Boy,
right, and then go viral, right, and then next thing you know, you were like thrust into being a star, right. So it's different from when you had to go through the steps of, you know, putting your stuff together, meeting the right people, going to the studio, doing showcase, doing shows, you know. So then you have a different love and a different respect for it. So when you just come right out the gate and then you just instantly a star in a month, it's like, where's the respect sometimes, you know? But I meet a lot of young artists, and most of them are humble, you know. It depends on who it is, though. You know, some guys is humble. You know.
Got you.
Yeah.
How do you feel about like the direction of the content of the music, the disparity, like, you know?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like me coming through with a song like this is we need that. We used to have joints like that. We always had gimmick rap. We always had club rap. We always had rap that we maybe didn't like, but then we always had good content. You know, it was a time when it was more content in the music. You know, you could have like Pac could have I Get Around and Dear Mama or
right, exactly. Right? Yeah, so, it was a balance.
Right,
it was more of a balance.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like, I think where we at now is everything is club driven. Everything is club driven. It's almost to the point where if we ain't making a club record, then don't even come out with a record.
That's crazy.
And I was living in that space for a long time. Like I was holding my records like, man, I just got to keep giving them club records or records that we could go in the club with.
Was that a part of the low that you were feeling?
Yeah, because it was like it was like purgatory. Yeah, like I'm just sitting in. I ain't in hell or heaven. I'm just sitting stagnated, going in a circle. And then every time I turn around, I gotta get the record, go to the club, make sure the DJ playing it, go to the strip club. Like it was just the monotony. Yeah, of being in the same place and expecting different results. And that's like you're like a maniac.
That is insanity.
Like you're doing the same thing and you think you're gonna get a different result, and it's like, nah, this is it. They gonna love it. And I'm going and I just felt like, nah, this can't be the way. You know, so then I got to the place where I was like, man, you know what? I just gotta take a leap and do something, do what I know is in my heart, you know.